Today at Watching Casio, we're checking out the brand new DWE-5600CC-3, which is the first square G-Shock that incorporates Casio's carbon core guard structure. And in case you're unfamiliar, the carbon core guard leverages the properties of carbon fiber for higher strength and shock resistance, and also a thinner and lighter profile. Included in this latest offering are 3 different quick-release bands and 2 separate bezels, making this a mix-and-match G-Shock that lets you pick exactly how you want to wear it. That camouflage pattern that you see on the dial and the strap is actually the image of the circuit board used in the original 5600 series module. And on the black strap, you'll also see a reference to the classic 3229 module. And every so often, Casio has a pretty interesting and unique unboxing experience. So we're going to check that out today, and then we'll dive right into the new and innovative features of this brand new carbon core guard G-Shock Square from Casio. Alright, so let's hop right in and check it out. Alright, so let's check out this box, and here it is. And that camouflage pattern they produced from the 5600 circuit board is pretty unique. And that's wrapped around the entirety of the box, and then over on the side here we've got the UPC code, DWE-5600CC-3. And then inside this box, well, we've got another box. And this one is actually embossed and painted, so it's nice and shiny and reflective. Definitely a really nice box, so let's go ahead and pop off the lid and see what we've got inside. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got the watch front and center. And that is the watch with the circuit board camouflage print on both the bezel and the strap. Let's go ahead and get this out of the plastic. And let's have a look at this tag real quick. So this did come from Japan. So this is the CC-3JR version, running the 3229 module. And check it out. This is a really cool looking watch. So this watch has actually a gold buckle that matches the design of the circuit board. And if you'll notice, that bezel, it might be a little tough to see, but that bezel is actually semi-transparent. So I've got a little flashlight over here. Let's see if we can maybe get a better look. It's kind of tough to see, but you can see through that bezel. But the band itself is actually semi-transparent as well. I did not know that at first glance. When you check it out, it actually looks like that circuit board pattern is just printed directly right on the resin band itself. But if we go ahead and get that flashlight again and peer through it, you can see that it's actually semi-transparent, and it looks really cool. It's almost like part of the design is hidden until you pass some light through it. It's definitely a super cool feature and really unique. And then also included in the box are 2 straps. So this first one is a very simple matte black resin strap. It's got 3229 printed right on the end there, which is kind of cool. This is your typical Casio resin band, but it does have these nice quick release straps to make it super easy to pop these on and off the watch. So you gotta love that. And then there's also this cloth band with strap adapters. Actually, it's not really cloth. It's almost more like a faux leather type feel. It's very flexible. It's kind of soft. And as you can see here, we've got the 3229 printed on the right on the adapter, just like from the black band. But this material is highly reflective, and it just feels really good. It feels good on the wrist and in the hand. It's pretty flexible. It's got plenty of holes, and of course it's also got the quick release straps. The other piece of the strap has an extra keeper, which is really nice. and a nice stainless steel buckle, and of course quick release straps on that one as well. So definitely a nice inclusion there from Casio, much appreciated. And then finally we have the matte black bezel, which is pretty basic, but if you flip it over you can see the 4 little notches in the corners where the bezel attaches to the case, so it makes it really easy to snap it on and off. So right off the bat, let's check out some of the watch basics. So if we flip it over and have a look at the case back, this is pretty cool. You can see that it has another 3229 module motif etched into the back. 4 screws hold this down to the case, which itself is made out of lightweight and highly rigid carbon fiber reinforced resin. So this thing is light and strong. And one of the neat party tricks with this watch is that the bezel is not screwed down like on other G-Shocks. Casio has now introduced 4 small carbon fiber hooks that can be easily snapped open. So let's go ahead and remove these straps. I just used a little watch tool to quickly pull back that quick release pin, and these things pop right off. Alright, so the bezel on these are actually pretty easy to get off. Apparently these boxes come with a little black plastic tool. I did not get one, and honestly you don't need it at all. It's really simple to get this off. You just snap off each one of the 4 corners. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then snap off the last corner, and then just make sure you kind of pick up the bezel and pull it away from the pushers, but that thing will just pop right off, and boom, there you go. There is the module and case for this watch. And one interesting thing to note, when you pop off the bezel, if you look on the side, there is a little shock resist logo kind of hidden by the bezel. It's red and kind of shiny, so that's kind of cool. Nice little touch. There's nothing over on this side, but here you can see the little carbon fiber notches where the bezel gets hooked onto. They're honestly kind of small, and you might think that the bezel is a little shaky or wobbly, but no, it's definitely secure when it's on there, and it is pretty easy to remove and to apply new bezels. And then again, real quick, here is the original bezel, and if I shine a flashlight behind it, you can get a better look at its semi-transparency, which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and snap on the black bezel for look number 1. So these are pretty easy to get on. Like I said, you just line up the case and the module and just kind of slide that black plastic over the pushers, and then you'll eventually feel kind of a little click in the 4 corners, and it'll be nice and secure on there. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, wow, this is a super clean look. I actually like this a lot. That's pretty sleek. I like how the circuit board design still peeks through, but this is definitely not as ostentatious as having your whole wrist wrapped up in that camo design. But to each their own, I guess. And since we have some quick release pins on this strap, let's go ahead and drop in the matte black strap. So we'll just slide those in there. I do use a little tool to help me get it in, but it's pretty easy. So here you go. I actually like this look a lot. I think it's pretty clean. I don't know, to me those green straps, they're a little bit gaudy, but having this nice matte black strap on there really makes this watch look pretty cool. You still get that circuit board pattern coming through on the dial, but surrounded by that matte black bezel. I think it looks really great. This is probably one of my favorite looks from this whole collection here. Alright, let's go ahead and swap in the cloth strap. And here it is with the black bezel. And it actually looks kind of cool. That strap is really nice, and those adapters don't really stick out as much as I thought they would. But yeah, you've got the nice contrast between the green circuit board on the dial and the black and white camouflage pattern on the strap. Let's go ahead and remove my watch and check this one out on the wrist. So here it is. Looks pretty cool on the wrist. And again, it feels more like a faux leather strap than it does a cloth strap. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a cloth strap, but yeah, you've got an extra keeper down there to hold the strap in place. And it looks kind of cool with that matte black bezel and the green circuit board dial. So there's option number 2. So let's go ahead and make another modification and see what we can come up with here. There's endless options, of course. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop on the green strap on the bottom and leave the black and white cloth one on the top. And we're also rocking that matte black bezel and the green dial. So yeah, this is like a Frankenstein watch, and I don't know, man, that thing is insanely ugly, but I love everything about it. Let me give this one a look on the wrist, 1 second. So here we go. This is kind of a mix and match disaster if you ask me, but it's still kind of fun. We've got that matte black bezel, we've got the black and white cloth band, kind of hidden behind that long green and gold strap. But yeah, it's still fun to wear. Probably would never wear this one out in public, but who knows. So let's try one more iteration here. I'll pop off that black bezel and slide on the original semi-transparent circuit board green bezel. Snap that thing into place. And let me go ahead and add the matte black straps and see how that looks. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorites too. I think I like the way how that looks. You've got the circuit board design on the bezel and the dial, and then just your basic black strap. So not too gaudy, not too in your face. Looks pretty cool. Let's check it out on the wrist. And there you go. This is probably one of my favorites. I don't know if I'm going to keep the circuit board bezel here, or if I'm going to go back to the black matte bezel. But this is definitely a cool look. I would probably keep this one on for a while till I got bored with it and switch it up. Alright, so I won't review every aspect of the 3229 module, but why don't we get a closer look at this dial. Of course, that circuit board pattern on there looks great. And centered up top is carbon core guard. And you can just faintly see there's another 3229 module printed kind of right next to that. You've also got your typical mode, adjust, start, stop, and light button. And one thing that I've noticed is that yes, the adjust button on this is recessed. So that's kind of a bummer. I really don't like that, but it doesn't appear to be that hard to press, which is good. But overall, the design on this watch is just spot on. Man, it is really crazy unique. I've never seen anything like it. Really cool. Last but not least, here's a shot of the backlight, which once again features an homage to the 3229 circuit board, similar to the engraving on the back, which is pretty cool. Got a nice bright electroluminescent backlight. So in conclusion, this is a pretty nice package from Casio. The innovative snap-on bezels for this watch are just perfect. I really hope they do continue that with the other modules, and of course, it would be great to see a similar carbon core guard structure design on the 5610 lineup. Of course, with solar power and multi-band 6, I mean, who wouldn't want that? I'm sure I'll get a bunch of comments down below about how this watch is out of date, but it is an homage to the old 3229 module, so take it for what it's worth, but it is really a fun watch. Let's give this one a quick look on the wrist before we wrap it up. And there you go on the wrist. So this is Casio's G-Shock DWE-5600CC-3. And again, these watches fit my wrists perfectly. This is a brand new carbon core guard G-Shock Square. And right now I'm rocking it with the circuit board bezel and the black matte straps. But you've also got the original green circuit board straps and the reflective cloth / faux leather straps. I might swap this out to the black bezel and just keep a black bezel, black band, and the circuit board design for the dial, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks a lot for checking out this watch. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel. It certainly does help. It's much appreciated. So once again, thanks for watching Casio, and come back and check out some new Casio reviews very soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody.